So we are here with New Hampshire safety Pop Bush. He is from Nocatee, Florida. He went to Port Charlotte. He was a pirate, and if you ask him, he will tell you, yes, he was a pirate. And as you just heard, he is from Florida. So going to New Hampshire was a big adjustment. And we're wondering if you ever see snow when you're down in Florida, because I know they have some snowstorms here and there. Or was it the first time you saw snow when you went up to New Hampshire?
The first time I seen snow or cold weather in general was when I came up here for the first time. Took my first visit in January, so that's when I first seen snow.
What was so that first visit in January? That didn't steer you away from the cold weather, like the cold weather didn't steer you away, because that's in the mid of winter, like when it's the worst. That didn't steer you away.
It was cold, man, but it wasn't like I was sitting outside, so it was cool. I actually committed like that next week after my official visit, so it definitely steered me away.
What drew you to University of New Hampshire?
After I got my offer, I just kind of looked into them because I really never heard of UNH. So I just looked at their record, looked at their coaching. I talked to my coach, and he played FCS football at Wofford. So he knew about Coach Mack. He knew that it was a winning program, a stable program. They never really had any fluctuating coaching changes and nothing like that. Coach Mack been here for 20 plus years. So talking with him, that to come, everything worked out like the plan that they had. It was great. It worked for me. So I just stuck with it, came up here.
So going to FCS, going to an FCS school, University of New Hampshire is an FCS school. And going to an FCS school is D1, but they say it's double A D1. And do you think that FCS deserves more exposure and more so people can learn more about FCS?
I think real football fans know about FCS teams and players. I think when you produce, we've beaten numerous FBS schools. So when you beat teams and have good players going to NFL and producing, I think that speaks for itself. So I think real football fans know about FCS football, the records that they have in terms of NFL players and beating FBS teams. So it's important for sure. Yeah. That's how we get exposed.
Being at an FCS school, what was the biggest win you think you got against an FBS school?
My redshirt freshman year, I had a brother. He played D tackle at Georgia Southern, so we beat them my redshirt freshman year down in Alabama. So that was a big experience. You feel me? Get some bragging rights on him and his squad.
That's some major bragging rights, especially because it's FBS and you were playing for an FCS school. That's a big bragging rights right there. That had to be a fun Thanksgiving.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So you're from Florida. It's known for the Gators. Known for Gators. You got the Florida Gators, Florida University. Would you say Florida or the Gators is your favorite animal?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
What about it? What about a gator? Yes, they are prehistoric, but is there anything else that draws you to them, or is it just because you just like knowing that they are a dinosaur, basically?
Yeah, gators. I mean, like you said, they're a damn dinosaur. They've been around for forever, and they just run their ecosystem. Like they eat everything and anything that comes into that water or that's on land, they on land. So they're just a killer machine. God made them to kill anything, eat dead animals, anything. So that's why I like them.
So if you were to be an animal, you would be a gator out of all animals?
That's tough. You can say that. I can do that.
What would be your other options if you had the chance to be an animal?
Probably be like a panther, like a Florida panther
Ooh.
or a bald eagle. An eagle. I like to be a bird.
What about a bird? Just because you get to like fly?
Yeah, just the vision, being all the way up there, like see everything. And being a predatory bird, that's a good life.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You soar in the clouds too.
Yeah, they don't have many predators either. Like ain't
No.
nothing eagle.
I think a bald eagle. I don't even think a bald eagle has a predator. Well, only predator it has, honestly, is a human. That's the only predator, I think.
Yeah.
And for a Florida Panther, though, that's a one I've never really heard. Why a Florida Panther?
It's basically it's a mountain lion of the south. Like it's an animal that has declined rapidly. Like a lot of people have killed them off. And like diseases I've heard of. So I've only seen one in my life, and I got a video of it. But they're a rare animal now. I think it's like just over 1,000 of them, maybe 1,000 actually, in the wild. So that's a good animal to be.
That's a good thing to like promote too. Like to help save like Florida Panthers. That there's only like 1,000 left. That they.
I don't even think it's 1,000. It's less than 1,000.
Wow. We got it. Sad. So being from Florida, we talked about you want to be a Gator or a bald eagle or a Florida Panther, which are three of the most awesome choices that I've ever heard someone say to be an animal. And are you a Jaguars fan? From being from Florida, you are a Jaguars fan?
Yeah, I'm a Jaguars fan. I like the Jags.
Why didn't you want to be a Jaguar?
I mean, Jaguars aren't in Florida. I want to be an animal that's in my habitat. So
In your ecosystem?
Yeah, exactly. So from my understanding, there's no Jaguars in Florida unless they're the zoo somewhere.
True.
Jaguar and fall.
I like that though. I like that you like to stay to your roots. I like that. Up here, I don't even know. I guess it would be a bear or a moose up here. There's wildcat. I don't even know what animals. I would say like raccoons.
Some bobcats up here.
Bobcat, foxes. There's a lot of foxes up here.
Yeah, foxes too.
And then I don't even know. Bears are a big thing. I know that. What would you say is your favorite hobby to do outside of playing football, working out, and just like without doing anything to do with sports? What would you say your favorite hobby is?
I like fishing, man. Just wetting a line, talking with my buddy or my brother, who I normally go fishing with. Yeah, fishing, hanging out at the lake, in the ocean somewhere.
Have you ever tried ice fishing? Because up in New Hampshire, would you ever try it?
Yeah, one of my coaches said they was going to take me out one day, do some ice fishing, but I haven't took them up to that one yet.
Why?
Just don't know about it. But they say we're going to be in like a little tent on the ice, so it might be a little one, but I might go out there and try it one day.
I have never done it. I've heard it's an experience that you'll never forget. I don't know if that's a good thing or if it's a bad thing, but they say you'll never forget it. So, I mean, that's got to be good at least.
Yeah, it's probably not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying try it yet. We'll see.
I was just thinking about the coldness. Like, you just sit there, supposedly. That's the only thing I was thinking. I'm like, you'd have to wear a lot of clothes, a lot of warmth.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be late if I do go out there.
What is the best fish that you would say you've caught since you've been fishing?
I caught some good bass, snook. When I was with my coach, I caught a huge tarpon. So probably that tarpon Yeah, that was a good experience. Probably the best fishing experience I had.
How big? How big?
Oh, hundreds of pounds. I don't know how much exactly. Over 500 pounds.
Wow. That must have been a lot of work to bring that thing in.
Yeah, it was me and one of my teammates. We probably fought for like 45 minutes, hitting it back and forth. Both of our forearms were swollen up, veins out. Yeah, it was
I mean, if you want a workout, there's a workout.
oh yeah. That was
and I saw on your Instagram you caught a gar, I think that's what you call it, or something like that.
Yeah, alligator gar. Yeah, that's a big fish. That's the biggest one I ever caught. Biggest
How did you take the hook out of that? Because if you don't know what a gar is, it's got a long beak. It's like a alligator, right? Alligator's the one that have the long, or is it a crocodile that has the long beak?
Crocodile has a skinnier one. Yeah,
all right,
skinnier
so a crocodile, it's like that, and it has teeth, all of it. That's why.
So I just used pliers. Got some pliers and had to rip it out from the side as well.
I just didn't, because I know that would probably be a challenge. I was in my head thinking, I'm like, that's got to be a challenge. I just wondered, like, if some people will cut the line, and I'm like, can you just get it out?
Yeah, I just ripped it out. It ain't swallowed it, luckily, so it was just the hook edge.
That was good. How long was that a hard one to cast in?
Yeah, it took me a little. I was using we were bass fishing up North Florida at one of my buddies' spots in Tallahassee. So I was using one of his small rods. So I was just taking my time because I didn't know what it was. It was fighting hard, and I knew it was big. So taking my time reeling it, get close, and I could see it. I'm like, oh, that's a big gar. And it'll take back off. And then I reel it back up. It was a good fight. Lasted a few minutes. And that was a good little fight for sure.
Most surprisingest fish that you've caught because you didn't know what it was at first?
I've caught a few fish. I still don't know what they are, to be honest.
Ever heard of a snakehead fish?
Yeah, I've caught one of them too.
I saw that somewhere. I'm like, that's actually a fish.
Yeah, that's a fish. It's an ugly sucker.
What would you say with that gar? What did you think it was at first? Did anything go through your mind of what it could be?
I thought it was a catfish because the way it was fighting, it was like catfish would normally take your bait and just go down. They don't really fight like a bass, so I knew it wasn't a bass. So I thought it was a big cat at first, but then I just started fighting it, and I saw it, its tail come up, and then I noticed it was a gar. Yeah, I thought it was a catfish at first, big chunk.
How many gars have you caught?
I've caught a few, probably more than 7, probably about 7, 8 now.
That's a
We don't fish for them because they're not that exciting, but that was a good catch. That was a big one.
That's still amazing though. A good amount. Going back to football real quick with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, you guys have gotten a lot of tough breaks. What do you think that Jacksonville can improve on? Do you have any thoughts on that?
They got some smart coaches. Urban Meyer. I'm a long-time Gators fan, so I grew up watching him, watching that Gators defense, Brandon Spikes and all those guys. So he's smart. They'll figure it out. I mean, they got a great quarterback, a good system around them. Marvin Jones, Vicious, James Robinson. They got some dogs, so they'll figure it out. I mean, they're a really young team.
Do you think that what would you say they need to improve on, like for position wise? Would you say defense?
I think just with experience, they're going to improve. They're really young, so as they play more games, realize their strengths and weaknesses, they'll just become better. Like they'll bond together and play much better than they have been.
All right, I like that. I like that answer. So you're a Florida boy, as you said, and there's a lot of prestigious college football programs in Florida. You have the Florida Gators, you have Florida State, you have Miami or the U. So And you got a lot of star defensive players come out: Sean Taylor, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and a lot more. What would you say is your favorite player growing up, looking up to, that made you want to play defense on the defensive side of the ball?
It's definitely Sean Taylor. I never personally got to see him. I was too young, but just watching his highlights, just hearing everybody talk about him, he's definitely a legend. And I just appreciate everything he did at the University of Miami, in the NFL, the time that he did spend in there. So he was a beast, man. Once in a lifetime player for sure.
What in your game do you model after Sean Taylor the most, or you tried to model?
You can't really model. He's a freak, but I just try to play tough. We play hard-nosed football, blue collar football. That's all I try to do. Play hard, go after the ball, hit people hard.
Now, with the NFL nowadays, so with NFL, the present NFL, what would you say is the star, like, safety / defensive player, like defensive back in the league that you watch now?
The two guys that stand out to me is Derwin James and Eddie Jackson. Both of them play safety, and they freaks. They both ridiculous when it comes to getting to the ball, getting to the quarterback, making big plays when it's needed. So both of those guys, man, they're beasts.
All that being said, if you had one team knocking on your door for the NFL, and what team would you want that team to be?
I wouldn't discriminate at all. I could play for anybody, to be honest. Make it to the NFL, that's a dream. So beggars can't be choosers.
True. I respect that answer. So UNH, or University of New Hampshire, has a couple uniforms. What one would you say is your favorite uniform?
All white. All white. That's sweet with the silver helmets.
What about it? Why is that your favorite?
I just like wearing all white. You just feel good. So you feel good, you're gonna play good. So I like that one.
I like that. I see what. And then in the NFL, who do you think has the best uniform?
A lot of teams got good uniforms. I like Jacksonville all black. The all black Jacksonville uniforms. Those legit. And I've always been a fan. Of the Chiefs. The Chiefs when they go all red. I like that too.
Yeah, I like the Titans, the baby blue one the Titans wear.
Okay, yeah.
I like that one, and then I like the I honestly like the Vikings purple ones. I just think that helmet looks nice with that purple just pops out for me. For some reason, I don't know. I just always thought the Vikings had a pretty cool uniform. It could be just a helmet that goes with it.
Yeah.
And one thing I wish is that Fitzpatrick played for them, or Fitzgerald. Fitzmagic. I'm gonna say Fitzmagic. That's how I always refer to him. Fitzmagic played for the Vikings because he looks like a Viking.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a pretty cool thing because you see the horns on the side and you see the big beard going through the thing, and he actually is a Viking.
Yeah, that's one of the few teams he hasn't played for.
I know he's played for everybody, and I feel bad for this year though. When he got injured.
Yeah, that's a bad. Yeah, I've been a fan of Fitzmagic for a while.
Yeah, I saw it. And I saw it like popping up. Like, no, I was like, so the UNH this season has been going pretty well. What would you say has been the what game are you looking forward to the most as the season is closing? Is like you're in the middle of the season now. So what game are you looking forward to the most that are upcoming?
We play Richmond at home this weekend, so I'm just looking forward to the next one. Got to get a win in our Wildcat Stadium, so I'm looking forward to that game.
I like that answer. Was a really good interview with Pop Bush from safety at the University of New Hampshire. You guys go this weekend, this weekend, Saturday, they will be playing Richmond, and it will be on ESPN 3, I believe, or ESPN Plus. You guys should tune into that and see Pop do his thing that he's been doing all season. And thank you for doing this interview. And good luck the rest of the season.